How you guys doing? Yesterday's. Congratulations on the new album.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, man. You're the first one telling it to us in English.
Oh yeah, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
Wow.
it's a week until we get it on, so it was nice to hear in English, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sentence. Why'd you come up with that name?
I think it just came about when we wrote the sentence to shine,
Uh-huh.
which is the last song of the album. I just realized that most of the songs that has been written on the album is based on like life-changing experiences, both in family and with love relationships.
Right.
And I just came up with the two-sided pun, kind of that a sentence that someone has told you uh, turns into a life sentence for me, as in like if someone tells you something about the person and it totally changes the way you see or think about that person.
Cool, cool. Now the band started in 2019. Is that right?
2019, we were three of the four guys and two other guitarists. We were two guitar players on that time. So and we had another name and everything. And then after COVID, we signed with Indie Recordings and switched names and haven't looked back since.
Good, good, good. Was most of the band members friends, or did you have auditions?
We actually met in school
Cool.
because yeah, I was playing in a band with one of the guitarists that was playing with them, and I didn't know Armann or any of the other guys in the band. But they were we were going to the same school except for Armann. But yeah, he asked me to join the band, and I came down to the rehearsal space and met Armann and the other guys, and that's how it started.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So your first release, your EP in 2022, Act You All. Tell me a little bit about that, release.
Yeah, it's really funny about it because it's we actually made an album
Uh-huh.
which was called The Imaginary Order, and then we showed it to the label, and that's what piqued their interests. But we were kind of a more poppy band, and we weren't truly evolved. We were all over the place. We had songs that were like 6-minute prog rock, and then we had a 3-minute pop Coldplay kind of a song. So what we did was we talked to Erlend, which is the head of Indie Recordings, and we talked about what directions we wanted to go in, and we took like three of the songs on that album and put some other songs on it, newer songs,
Right.
and just really rocked up the sound, and especially the vocals on my end was it was unpolished, you can say, but at the end we managed to get a result that we were really happy with as a debut, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're really proud of that EP, and it's nice to have it as a like, yeah, this is where we started, but it's still not shit.
Oh, cool, cool. Armann, tell me a little bit about you being a production manager and location manager.
Yeah, so I work in film. I just stumbled into the business actually. I have a really crazy background. So I was a professional football player in my early years as an adult in Norway, and then I started studying economics and became a finance analyst.
Right.
And when I was told that I could get a steady job there, my life just flashed by, and I was like, hell no, I won't be staying here for the next 30 years. This is not what I want to do at all.
Uh-huh.
This was at the time where we've started the band and started to go from sucky to not so sucky music.
Right. Yeah.
It takes a couple years to get there, but
yeah. So I just said that I didn't want to take the job, and told myself that I'm gonna take like 6 months and really get the music going. And when we did the first music video, which is now nowhere to be seen, a song called Sir Yes Sir, that's when a guy on set just said that, yeah, I mean, if you have a driver's license, you can probably work with us next week. And that was 2 days that turned into 6 months on James Bond.
Wow, great.
So that was my first job in film, which was surreal and just insane. And did 6 months there up in Norway, and after that I haven't looked back on work-wise. So I love my job, and it's they understand that I have a passion for music and that I need to realize that to have energy and just be eager at work as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I love my job too, but I just retired this year. So, I was at 46 years, the same job, and I was a manager. So it was time to go. It kind of sucked because, like, some of my employees were friends, and they would take advantage of you. So I had enough of that. I had enough of that, and it treated me well. So let's go to the album. We'll go down track by track and tell me your perception of each song. Okay?
Great.
Good. Let's start with Disconnected.
Disconnected. Another pun. There. So it's really we just wanted it to be the first song on the album because it's kind of it's based. Let me just put this in English as well as I can. But for the main theme, which is like all these acts, all these actions that changes your perception of a human being, they're really based in which kind of modern technology society we are in, I think. And I feel that everybody that I am with, including myself, have a high-paced like attention span, and nothing is ever good enough, and it's all because we have so much technology in front of us and everything is happening.
Right.
So I just wanted to have the first song be like the basis of why all these actions happen, kind of. So Disconnected is and when we made the song, I just wanted the song to reflect the high dopamine chase, short attention span. So it's a short song and it's just intense, and it just talks about cruising down that one-way road where you can't turn back and you're just locked inside that I say disconnected, but you're really connected to technology, but you're disconnected to everything that matters, kind of.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, even kids these days, they don't even lift their head anymore to do anything. Like a car could be coming by. As long as they got their little iPad going, they don't pay attention.
Yeah. But this song is not like me saying that people suck, but because that's why I wanted the disconnected.
Right.
Because I'm one of them, and I'm like I get myself all the time just like fuck, now like 20 minutes went by and I haven't done shit, and I gained nothing on this experience,
Right.
So it's a good reminder as well.
Oh, cool.
For me.
Good. Tell me about Beehive.
You want to start off with the music?
Yeah, it was I think the last song we wrote for this album.
Yeah.
And I think it was a song that we or there was like a type of song that we missed in on this album.
Right.
And it's kind of upbeat and fun, And Armann came with the idea to me, and he has all these voice memos on his phone where he's singing in his car.
I play so badly guitar and piano,
Right.
so it's just better for me to like give them the voice memos, and then we just put it together.
And then I had to translate it to the guitar and figure out how to play it. And
but it came really quickly about, and it was just lyrical wise, it's me meeting an old friend that I've met to and fro over the last few years, and he's always saying like, yeah, now I'm really building up my brand and I'm really going places. but he's just out on the town and doing jack shit and just chasing his desires and lusts.
Right.
But he's always hiding behind this facade that I'm going places, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And when I talked to him about this, I really like I felt the same way in a sense. You always have that imposter syndrome.
Uh-huh.
Like, although I believe I work hard at what I do, it's you always feel like you should have come a longer way, or you should have done more.
Right.
And I just put that kind of lyrical theme into a song where people kind of really go into their inner desires and lusts,
Right. Yeah.
especially in the chorus.
Right.
The
Yeah.
chorus is like, I have some funny puns there. It's a reference to the Beach Boys. I don't know if you've heard it,
Yeah.
but I said I want to beat you like a good vibration,
Yeah.
which is kind of I want to beat you up,
Right.
but
Yeah.
but in a romantic kind of way.
Right.
I
Yeah.
hope people like react like, what is he saying? Is he a wife beater or
They're
something?
gonna be furious.
But then they read the lyrics and like, oh, it's really beautiful actually.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a
But
good idea. That's a good idea with the phone to put your, your memory or whatever, what you want on the song on the phone, because back in the day there was no phone, so like everything, writing down everything and like stuff like that. I like that idea.
Yeah,
You had
we always say to ourselves like, yeah, we'll remember that idea. No worries, it's a good idea, so we'll remember, and we always forget it. So we have to record everything.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's good.
my kind of test is I usually write when I'm in a car or when I'm alone at night.
Right.
That's like when I get the most inspiration. And my usual routine is that, like, if it sounds not crap the day after, I'm gonna work with it.
Good. Good.
With
Good.
some songs like Beehive, I think I did like the chorus and the hook and the riff. It was just all at once, and then I worked a bit longer with the verses.
Yeah.
And when we did it together as a band, we like the bridge came about in 10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it was
like, yeah, we're going here.
do that.
Of course.
Good. 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 Tell me about F.M.K.
F.M.K, Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
It's like maybe the angriest song on the album.
Right.
And that's like story-wise on the album. I just wanted to really, if you think of Beehive as a perspective of being on town and maybe someone you love goes through their inner desires and do something bad.
Right.
Now you're just drawn into this angry mess where I know what you did and don't tell me otherwise, kind of. It's based off a relationship which was really all of the letters at once. It was lust, and then it was hate, and then it was you wanted to marry and kill that person all at once.
Right. Yeah.
So that's where the idea came about, because it's like a teenage game, like fuck, marry, kill, who would you rather kind of thing.
Right.
So I just put it in in one relationship kind of, and just telling that person that this, now you're coming back to me when I'm healing.
Right.
You want to come back, kind of. So
Right.
no, it's over. I'm
Yeah.
killing the memory of everything that was.
Yeah.
And it's maybe the most progressive song on the album.
It is. It has some all the time signatures, which is fun.
But I'm not schooled. I understand odd time signatures and I know what they are and stuff. But when I wrote it, it just made sense because my melody was like na 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 na, and that's just a melody that's really nice and it swings.
Right.
But
Yeah.
okay, but it's 5/4
And we had to figure out what it was.
yeah. And then like the next verse of it has a 6/4 in it, so it's really messy if you just look at it from a structure point of view. But when you hear the melody, I'm like, all my friends who aren't musicians, they're like, oh, it's really catchy, and they don't even think about it. So at least for me, I'm really proud that we wrote that song, because I don't know many songs that sounds like it at
Right.
all. It's a really like odd one out, and
Right.
this is actually the song that made Adam Noble, our mixer, do the whole album.
Right.
He
Yeah.
heard he heard the demo of it. Adam Noble is a really amazing
Super mixer.
mixer and producer. He has mixed Biffy Clyro, Nothing But Thieves, Paul McCartney, Liam Gallagher. And we were so fortunate that he just really loved that demo and wanted to work with us. And I think that's because it's such a unique song. It's not like just another rock anthem
Right.
banger thing.
Yeah. Tell me about Don't Bother.
Don't Bother is maybe the first
Yeah, I
song we
think
did
so.
on that album.
It's
It was
Old song.
it's kind of the oldest song on that album, but it was a real stepping stone for us from the EP and maybe a more traditional rock point of view to a more like modern Royal Blood kind of vibe.
Right.
We really understood that we don't want it to swing as much. We wanted to bop. I don't know.
Yeah.
We want people jumping and not like I don't know. So it was really funny because it started out as a really different song. We had this. I don't know if you're familiar with psychedelic porn crumpets.
Right. Uh-huh.
But this song called Cornflake, and we were like, oh, we want to do that kind of riff. So we showed it to the guys, and we showed it to the label, and they were like, cool, do you have something else? And I was like, fuck. So, but we knew that the chorus was solid, and we knew that we had some parts.
There was something there.
Yeah. So what we did was just really reinvent the beginning, and it really came naturally after that. And it's now songs that we start off our shows with, just because it really gets the crowd going, and like you get the approved stank faces all over the place.
Yeah.
Like go. So all the people standing with the sound guys like, yeah, okay, they're not too bad. And then the people in the front row as well are like, oh, this is a boppy tune, and starts jumping. So yeah, love that song. Lyrical wise, it's if we go like through the story, it's like after you've used your anger to tell someone that it's over and it's not gonna happen again.
Right.
You just tell them right away. Just don't bother. Save it for another person. It's not me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm finding my own way in life. So the album is really like me, with all my weird relationships and family and friends and lovers as well. Just trying to link into all those emotions that happen through sorrow, anger, remorse, and all of that.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully learn something of it and move on.
Right. Yeah. That's like here in America, up by, the stage, people are like rocking out, and the people in the back are like, like, give me a beer and just play,
Yeah. But the fun thing is that the people that you don't think like the show often come to you at the end and was like, this was the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
Because they have just stood there and listened and really like listened to the sound and got some lyrics on it, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Love all kinds of audience that doesn't throw beer at me.
Yeah. And for me, it's hard because I'm a photographer. I go to the shows, I photograph the shows, and a lot of my shots are blurry because I'm bumping out with the camera, I can't help it, and I'm saying, don't do that, and whatever. I edit my pictures,
I've always thought that it must be such a difficult job if you're a fan of the band.
Right, yeah, definitely is, so it's definitely cool. How about Make My Day?
You want to talk about the music there?
Yeah, this is also a song that started out pretty different.
Yeah.
And it was kind of old school sounding, which is something that we don't want to sound like.
Right.
Because we want to be a bit more modern.
We want to innovate in rock,
Yeah.
I mean, always people are like connecting rock with the 70s, and
Right.
I love the 70s, and we're so influenced by it, but we want to be innovative, we
Right.
we don't want to like reinvent the wheel that has been reinvented there. We want to like make a new edition of the wheel.
Right.
It's not like us saying that old rock sucks, because we are so influenced by it. But we want to take it in new directions,
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it has I think we had a chorus. I don't remember how the old version was, but we worked on it, and we wanted to make it more modern and what do we say?
Yeah, I mean, we really went hard on this one. We just we took some influences from like Queens of the Stone Age and Nothing But Thieves.
Right.
And just we wanted it to really hit hard, and it's just because the intro is so misleading. You really get drawn into the soft guitar, and then you just blown away in the face. And we
Right.
wanted that kind of a song that you put on like, yeah, this is my band, 5 seconds, and then like, okay, it's like
Right.
that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we wanted to with the music, and we really felt we found a vibe that's like, if you like rock, that's a song you like, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. And then we had the verses from long ago, and it's just we just wanted it to fit right in. It was a really fun puzzle to work with, really, because we had a lot of parts,
Right.
but then we changed it and we made it better. And like the outro at the end was a band effort where we had this riff. We wanted to break it down after the two choruses,
Right.
and then we just put some yesterday's spirit on it. We did the 6/4 instead of the 4/4 in the breakdown,
Right.
and then turn that into a punk moshy outro chaos ending, which
Right.
is
Yeah.
like, that's the identity of us. It's always surprises, dynamics, but melodies that you really get attached to, you know.
Cool. Cool. How
So
about Tear It Apart?
oof, Tear It Apart. Yeah, a little favorite in a lot of senses. I think that's maybe the best chorus I've written.
Right.
Uh, it's yeah, it's about family for me, and it's about people that are unable to love because of past experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and they're self-destructive. And I think, like, when I wrote that lyrics, I thought about Radiohead's "Just." You do it to yourself, you do. And I just thought that I can hurt you more than you already do to yourself.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was like, that's the essence of the lyrics. And um, if you just want to tear this relationship apart, then fine by me. That you won't feel love ever again. So it's yeah, it's one of the songs that I always shed a tear live, like
Mhm.
uh, a beautiful rock anthem, and we took some inspiration from like Knights of Sidonia in the intro
Yeah.
with the
Right.
na, 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 na.
Mm-hmm.
And Biffy Clyro, huge inspiration for like the main intro, like ba-dum ba-dum bum, da-dum ba-da-ba-dum bum, and those like kind of hits.
Right.
So I feel like, but the rest of the song is like nowhere near those kind of songs.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think we had idols in it, and we had some, like, I'm a huge Queen fan, and just melodic all over the place, but hard hitting. And then Øyvind, our guitar player, just created an amazing solo with Torje on drums in the studio, and Torje created all the strings, and we got Lars's roommate, which is a fabulous violinist, to play some real violins on it,
Right.
and it's just I think it's a song that really displays who we are as a band. It's heavy emotional, but it's hard hitting and catchy, you know.
Right. Yeah. How about Impression?
Impression. I gotta take that one.
Yeah.
um, it started off when I met a person who I am really fond of, and I think everybody can relate to when they start engaging a relationship, but you don't really know where you have that person.
Uh-huh.
And I just got some weird vibes from someone who knew them, that like, oh, you should watch out of that person.
Right.
But all my impressions of that person was just pure love and fun and good.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that like this impression of you is making me kind of anxious and worried about it. But I hope we find a way through
Right.
because I think it's going to be worth it. Really just wrote that song on the guitar, and I think I came with it quite finished, and then we just made it better together as we always do. But yeah, it's the ballad, the love song, the place where you maybe you've had some sorrows in the past and you find out that maybe we can maybe there's some hope for the future, kind of.
Cool. Yeah, definitely
It's,
cool.
yeah, and like inspired by every rock ballad we know. Kind of.
Basically.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
took something everywhere.
It was
Wow.
just a tiny, beautiful song, and we put the band thing on it and made it big and beautiful at the end, and
it has a coda.
And it has a coda like the outro thing, which is a
Yeah,
dirty music thing, which we think is fun.
Cool, cool. How about Burn?
This is a big one. Like, yeah, that's also a pretty old song that we had some different versions of.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And took some time to really figure out how to do it. But then we found the bass riff, which we based the verses on. We had the chorus from before, and
took the drums off of Coldplay's Clocks. And the chorus was always there, and it was always good, and we knew that this is a good song. We just, I think when we have something good, we don't want to waste it, and just, we're not that kind of a band who just races through and just records the song.
Right.
We really want to, like, okay, here's something. Let's really make the most out of it.
Right.
But not split up as a band in the meantime. So just finding that balance. But yeah, it has, and Lars made a great version where we let's modulate, and Torje as well on drums. They've just found out that let's modulate on the bridge because some band did it and they loved it, and let's do the same. And I was so not for it. I was not rooting for it at
took
all.
a while.
But like after, because you know when you hear the idea just in the rehearsal space, you're like, this is not gonna be cool. This is weird. Which note am I gonna go out on and stuff?
It's just gonna throw people off.
Yeah, but we found the note and we found the way, and we're really proud of that song as well.
Yeah.
It's one of those album songs that for me would be a single if today's society wasn't so short attention span.
True.
Definitely, it's like a early Muse single for me.
Yeah.
Right.
How about big outro, which is really fun. We took it all the way down to nothing and then built it up to this in big mayhem.
Yeah, and there we took some inspiration from Sigur Rós, which is favorite band. Really, is like I'm from Iceland, so, and Lars is the one that, because I've always heard about Sigur Rós, but Lars is the one that really introduced me to all the deep cuts, and just shout out to that band. It's just amazing.
That hour is our post rock for the spices to the album.
Cool. How about Sentence to Shine?
Yeah, so I knew that this had to be the ending of the album, where you've been through all these emotions, like Burn, as the last song before that is like really just taking those sentences maybe and just physically burning them and just erasing that memory of what was in the past and moving on. And then you get into Sentence to Shine. You've been at a low point and you figure out that you're not so bad. It's not always you. And that chorus came about really quickly, I remember. And but we took some time working with the verses and the music, really.
Yeah.
But that's like Burn as well. We had a chorus, it was really good, and we just wanted to make it awesome.
Right.
And feel that it's a really nice way to end the album on a kind of a positive note, because it's so much cruelty and bad things happening in the world. So let's just give some people hope that, like, you are enough and you're good. I think
Cool.
the pre-chorus like we're diamonds in the rough, but the heart is just enough. It just takes two to see it. Like sometimes you just need to find someone to tell you are enough.
Right. Right. What's your feeling about you know, the album coming out on vinyl?
Of course, it's amazing. We love vinyl, and we're yeah, it's a big dream for us to
Physically hold
to have like the big thing in our hands.
our art and the
I'm
music.
gonna listen to it so many times on vinyl.
It's yeah, I mean, I grew up with in the family just putting on vinyls and just looking at the artwork and reading everything, and I think all of the other guys in the band did so as well. So it's, although we are like young adults in 2024, we really appreciate the work behind it, and I hope that a lot of people do, because it's like it's not many ways you get to really support a band nowadays, and that's one of them.
And there's only
Why
300 copies, right?
Yeah, like the first edition is going to be 300 copies, so when we become this huge band, I mean, it's going to be so valuable, you know?
It will be. It will be.
Yeah.
You know?
So I know that our drummer is going to buy like 10 copies.
Like a sealed one and a used one and like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be the tuition for his family in the future.
Yeah, you definitely got to get 2 copies, one to play and one to not even open. You know,
Yeah,
so unless you want to get it autographed, then you got to get it open. You know,
that's true.
So I was watching some of your videos and your live show. You guys seems kind of wild, you know, jumping all over the place and going crazy. Tell me a little bit about your live show.
Yeah,
we don't know how to do it any different. It's just the way it is.
I remember we did our first show. It was a debut gig in 2018 or 19. And we hadn't performed as a band, but just like as soon as the songs came on, we just got this live persona, and over the years we've really tried to evolve it and tried to, like, for me, I'm raised by Freddie Mercury, all the Live Aids and all the Live at Montreal videos and everything. And for me, like, being a front man is making sure that everybody else are in the moment. Everybody else like experiences this, and like, so for me, if I see that someone like isn't into it, I'm just going into the faces and just telling them that this is here. It's now. We are here together, and we're gonna have some fun. So it's a huge part of our show, and it's really what has gotten us into this fine position already, that like people feel something real when they're with us, and they tell us time and time again that like there's so many fake things happening in pop culture, but this is real, and that's what we're never gonna stop being.
Cool. So what are your hopes for this album?
Like I have because of the way things are with like Spotify being owned by major labels and yada yada yada, I just hope that the people who find it have fun with it and tell their friends. It's like we're here to stay either way. We're gonna build our way up with live shows and doing our funny little videos on the social medias. So for me, I just want to display each song as well as we can display them with the budget that we have, and hopefully people feel something real and want to listen to it and share it with their friends and family. Good music, I believe, comes through if you just push it enough in the ways you can. So I mean, no awards. It's like, I don't care. I just want people to listen to it and enjoy it. And if it changes some people's day and mood or behavior or anything, it's like so cool.
Well, you guys got any merchandise you like to talk about and how people could get it?
Yeah, so we got a webpage, which is it's all linked up in our social medias, and we're pressing as we speak this week a new batch of ringer tees, which is really cool. And then we got some album-based t-shirts as well. And we've sold quite a few on tour now this fall. So we're just gonna, like, the merchandise budget is just gonna be for merchandise all the time. So we're just gonna keep making what we believe is cool and fun, and listening to people who comes like, oh, you should have a blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then we say, sure, we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
But for now, this fall it's gonna be vinyls and tees, mainly.
And we'll see what and we have some stickers as well.
Stickers.
Cool.
Gotta love the stickers.
Yeah.
See what the future holds for merch and everything.
Cool. Well, it's great talking to you guys, and I appreciate the chat. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
We just appreciate everyone that's listening and showing up to concerts, and yeah, we love it.
Just keep being real in this fake society, and just try to get some real connections with people, and it's gonna be a better life.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Talk to you later.
You too, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.